But before we continue the story, let us go to Chow World and show off the fact that, yes, Eggman is fit despite his build.
He's zooming.
Jesus Christ, he's walking cycle.
He even has attacks that you can use in this bout too outside the mech.
It's those long legs of his.
I mean, granted...
What-
I am the fastest thing alive.
Also, what are these lyrics?
Funky.
I have no fucking.
That's what
Wake
they are.
up, big ass.
Let's go to Chow Kindergarten. Well, you know what they say
This
to
is
you.
a
Work that
prototype
sucker
version
to...
of the Persona 5 song.
Well, you know what they say to you. Work that sucker to death. Here is the principal's office. Welcome to the kindergarten. I am the kindergarten principal. Learn tips to raise your chow from the chow professor. Yeah, believe it or not,
Now get out!
that's the guy whose mustache is fake that Omo Chow talks about, not Eggman's. Yeah, for those who may recall, there's a translation people found hidden in the files saying that the doctor's mustache is fake. It's not talking about Eggman, it's talking about the Chow principal. So
Which is
this
weird because he says doctor, even though that's supposed to be the
It's
principal,
more of a
not the
case.
doctor.
I get the idea that we're doing the same. I don't know if your country does that, Pedro, but people with a doctorate, despite the different professions, are referred to as doctor.
Oh, yeah,
In some
if it's a
context.
lawyer, yes, but like principals? Not
I mean,
really
granted, he does mention he's also referred to as the professor, so he
What?
probably does have
Why
a
is there a
doctorate.
fortune? Why is there a fortune teller in the school?
Basically,
to
the
change
fortune
your
teller is
name.
yeah, basically it's the name Ritter.
And there's literally the
Also-
classroom.
Also, there are actually quite a lot of teachers and people within the education system with doctorates, so...
Mhm.
Did they get a bunch of Japanese school children to do this stuff?
It might be because it's something similar happened for games like, say, Patapon's
Alright.
soundtrack.
And here's the
yes.
black market.
Yes, there's a black
Welcome
market.
to the market.
Yes, there's a black market.
Why is there
In
a
the school.
In a school.
You can buy various items with your rings.
Do I need to?
Well, actually, right? Technically, it's separate from the school. You know, there's
It's in the same
It's in the same building, shush!
It's like that the anti-drug PSA commercial with the guy that turns into a snake.
And yeah, the 100% safe out that I gave to Joe for this run is full of chock
And
full
what
of
the
rings,
hell's
so-
with that scary looking bird in the bottom left?
Actually, that's an animal that you can get.
It's still scary. Look at his eyes. They're gone.
I believe it's based
It's like
off of
Coco from Animal Crossing.
They've been ripped out of his head.
I believe it's based off of one of the mythological sea creatures, essentially from Japanese folklore as well.
Let me give you that.
Yeah,
Let
I
me give it a
was-
better look.
I was 8 in 2001 when this game came out. If I saw that, I'd been freaked out.
Oh,
talk
don't
about
worry,
something about
Dwibs.
the
There's
black
plenty of
market, by the
nightmare
way?
fuel in this
Yes,
game that
Michael?
freaked out us kids.
The black market was added in the GameCube port. In the Dreamcast version, which was the first one I played back in the day, it did not have it. So you're probably wondering, how did you get eggs and fruits in the Dreamcast version, you might wonder. Well, you had to play the Shao minigame from the VMU.
Yep.
So it was so as you can imagine, doing the Shao stuff in the GameCube in the battle port is way easier and more convenient compared to the Dreamcast original.
Yep. Well, seems like he's taking his time hatching, so let's help him out.
Jesus.
Don't throw you throwing the egg.
And now
Welcome
you're
to the
throwing
world.
it.
Welcome to the world,
he's a-
child.
Well, newsflash, guys, Eggman is the villain, remember?
Why can't people just be nice to the Chow in their
Like,
playthroughs?
the entire
Fine,
Why are
fine,
people
we'll be
like
nice to
this?
it.
That's the thing. The entire point of the first Sonic Adventure was to be not a dig to Chow, because otherwise they turn into eldritch abominations.
Fun fact, actually.
Sega gave the people too much power.
Fun fact, in this game, one way to make a Chow a hero Chow is to abuse it as Team Dark, and one way to make a Chow a Dark Chow is to abuse it as Team Hero.
of course.
And get this, originally in the Dreamcast version, you could actually kill Chow by damaging them enough. Nowadays,
Yeah.
I think in the battle version they removed that. No, the way you kill a Chow is to neglect it. But anyway, our feature presentation above Capital City.
Right.
Why would you do that?
We're en route. Everything's a go.
Video game cruelty
Control
potential,
Tower,
sure.
we have you on radar. Report cargo status of captured Hedgehog aboard. Over.
That's a 10-4. Cargo
I don't know
secured
why
on
people were
board
so
and-
worried about us capturing a hedgehog. It's that
He's
easy.
taking out everyone aboard and-
It's just a hedgehog.
Over.
A hedgehog who we freaking handcuffed and everything.
One thing about the battle port is that it removed some sound effects from this cutscene that unfortunately were sore thanks to the cutscene revamp mode. Specifically the one where he's sticking the thing out of the plane. Right?
Alright, you know what's coming up next, folks.
Yep.
It's an evolution of the sky cap, what's it called, ice cap zone with the snowboard.
And
the
Sonic
most-
fell to the ground, splat.
One of the most beloved first levels in video game history.
And hey,
City
which is
Escape.
not a retread of Green Hill Zone. Incredible.
Well, this was before Sonic Team went through
Well,
their
my
overly
point
nostalgic
is,
phase.
I'm actually curious, considering all the Claymore fans and all the time they try to go back with, pre-Green Hill Zone, why they never try to make City Escape closer for first levels?
Because Sonic has plenty of city levels. City Escape is literally based on a specific location, San Francisco, which, yeah, that's a good segue for me. Sonic Adventure 2 was the first Sonic game made by Sega of Japan while they were in America, essentially. And where were they based? San Francisco. In fact, they hated the traffic of San Francisco so much that they made a level where you could smash up the cars as catharsis.
For example, that electric, the electric that you smashed during the water racing sequence, you are always forced to tackle on that first electric. Like, no matter what you do, the game will not let you go through without taking it down. Why? Because the developers hated the electrics in San Francisco.
Jeez, all these cars smashing. I'm gonna need a good lawyer. Good thing there's one I hear in Los Angeles. What was his name? I think it was Birdman or something.
No, sorry, that's Japanifonia.
Sorry, what are you talking about? The only blue-head, spiky-head lawyer I know of is in Japan.
You know the ironic.
I'm pretty sure there are good attorneys in the Judgment duology.
And here we are, the first grind rail. Learn to grind those well.
Oh my god. Okay, I don't know if it's a problem of the PS3 version as an extension of being a board GameCube version, but I have it's not prevalent for these levels, thankfully, but I have several nightmares of the detection of those fucking things, having the rails. Like a lot of times, Sonic or Shadow, respectively, just refuse to plant their feet on those things and just fall through.
Oh, I should mention as well, this game came out 4 months before the first Ace Attorney did in Japan.
Also, just to ask, because, the song has been into that, but I actually don't remember 100%, so for clarification, who's actually singing Escape from the City? Okay.
Tony Harnell's song It Doesn't Matter from Sonic Adventure 1 and from in this game, and Ted Poley's sung Big theme in Sonic Adventure 1.
I believe Ted Poley gets...
And now Gun decides to literally want to run over this poor Hedgehog, nonchalantly, not caring about the other cars.
Yeah.
This truck is so aggro in Sonic Generations.
I think there are no pedestrians.
In Generations, it has a freaking saw blade.
Okay, for those who may not know, Gun, when they were first introduced, were, kind of sadistic. Hey, Big, bye, Big.
I hope he got run over.
And Big died.
Ha! Missed me, now you gotta... never mind.
Try whistling here. There must be someone here.
Oh, I didn't even knew you could do that.
Oh yeah, like I said, every character can whistle to get animals out. Alright, let's see...
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you got an A rank.
Yeah, believe it or not, City Escape is actually one of the harder levels to A rank.
Oh, Polkadot is online, and he's playing
Shadow of
Shadows
Doubt.
of Doubt.
I actually don't know that.
Eggman can't outpace me.
It looks like Sonic is running on one leg alone when he goes in circle like that.
He's just that fast.
I don't even need both legs to run. Yeah, I'm
You were
trying to do
asking
the best
something?
Brian Drummond impression.
Alright.
You were going to ask something about Ted Polly, Jova? I probably will be able to answer
If
you.
I recall correctly, Ted Polly also helps out on one of the versions of It Doesn't Matter. I think it's the Adventure 2 version. I forget if he also assisted in
not that
singing
he's-
on the first version.
I can tell you that he's not credited in either of the two versions in any capacity. At least, I mean, if he did, then he went uncredited for it. I can tell you that. At least in the soundtrack booklets. The soundtrack book
Wow,
doesn't say anything about it.
Sonic is so cool, he can rub a child's head while he's not even touching it.
All the characters do that, yeah. Also,
Didn't
yeah,
only oh, sorry.
I do like how every character gets a special line for caring for the child to show that, yes, all of them do have a heart.
Except Eggman in this playthrough.
Yeah, sure.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Pedro, but didn't only one of the two singers come back for the Generations version of
No, they got both. Tony
Oh.
Harnell, they both did.
They did get both? Okay.
Yes. Tony Harnell even commented on how it felt like the good old days. Like it was nice to come back and do one of these again because he genuinely liked doing Sonic songs. Why the hell Sega stopped asking him to make Sonic songs is beyond me, but whatever.
I think that was mainly because of
I
that.
don't know. I'm all for getting new people every now and then.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
yeah, and here's an even better idea. A balance of both old and new. How about that? We don't need to choose between one or the other.
I mean, granted, we don't know all the circumstances as to why he wasn't back for that. Wait, hold on. I think it was either Ted Polly or Tony Harnell who did sing the song for We Can in Sonic Heroes.
No, there was both of them. Ted Polly and Tony Harnell did Weekend.
I think
So-
better is very more to more modern games.
My favorite song of theirs is still "Race to Win" from Rivals 2.
True,
that's
yeah.
Ted Polly only. Tony Harnell did
Whoa,
not.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Ah.
whoa, whoa.
I'm not sure what was going on there.
So yes, so that's what happens when
Okay,
I get
I
some
get a load of
the
this.
game
Had a
glitches.
seizure.
The camera in this game tends to freak out when you get into a close space.
And yes, part of the reason to collect animals is that when you give them to a chow, the chow take on some properties from that animal. What the heck that means as to what they did with that animal, one can only wonder.
Assuming direct control.
I don't want
Also,
to wonder
this
that.
one
thank
wants
you.
to murder my family.
Yeah, some get special personalities, but aren't
Yeah,
they
it's a
all
good job.
adorable?
It's a good thing you don't put just don't put a honey badger near them.
Like, I know better when to cause another chaos situation, but I want to stay the fuck away from these things.
Anyone else ever? Oh,
The basic gist of it. No, go on.
anyone else ever look at or play the fan game Chow Result Island?
No.
First time I'm hearing about that one, actually.
Really interesting. It basically does what Sega's too afraid to do and give us a Chow Garden as an actual game.
Actually, from what I've heard, if leaks are to be believed, we are apparently about to get a new...
A mobile one, yes.
Oh, if we do, I'm throwing money at that immediately.
I thought you were the one that was too strong for gachas to stop born.
Sega probably won't release it for free.
So yes, as for your chow here, the idea is to care for them, nurture them, and spice them the heck up for chow karate, as well as the races.
Of course.
Now, I already have another save file elsewhere where I did do all the chow stuff as well. I like to make new files every now and then because...
I'm also gonna mention something about the specific Chow Garden, but I want to wait until the end of the game to give a better context to what I want to say.
All right, here, allow me. It says here on the Passion and Pride album, for those who don't know, that's an album that compiles both SA1 and SA2 vocal tracks. It has all these cool little booklets that describes everything. For It Doesn't Matter version 1, that's the Adventure 1 version, says your sound produced by Junsanui, vocals by Tony Harnell, guitars by Junsanui, bass by Naoto Shibata,
Hey,
and drums by
fantasy.
Hiroshi mixed by Stan Katayama. So Ted Polly's not credited for Adventure 1.
Bigfoot reporting to headquarters.
Also, Phantasy Star Online. Can we play that?
As well as Planet of the Chows.
Oh no. Take back
Cheeky.
freedom.
Yeah, with the bounce, this boss becomes a joke if you have the bounce attack.
I love all the Chow movie posters you
Are you
get.
supposed to get the house bracelet at this point?
Oh, never mind. We're not gonna get the cutscene right away. Never mind.
Take care.
Good game, guys.
Those robots are a total pain in the... What?
It all starts with this. A jewel containing the ultimate power.
For now, this is it, where the two hedgehogs finally meet.
Now I know what's going on.
I love how Shadow just took that perfect moment to pose atop a defeated
again
robot
with
and
this
wax
shit.
philosophical.
Like, is everyone, you know, stupid, racist, or both?
Okay, I will give it one thing. That's what someone said in a rebuttal to Pro Jared's review of this game. Something that I can understand. Shadow was running really fast at night, and there's a hedgehog-shaped blur going past.
But his
Fair
other primary
enough.
color for his head is red.
I mean-
Sonic doesn't.
That doesn't explain Amy's confusion, though.
Well, that's Amy.
Yeah, true. I mean, that was a running thing.
Yeah,
even
but
for-
she would know. That's the thing. There's no
Sure.
reason for that.
Sure. She
Honestly,
was-
I think the silver one.
Did you guys not see him?
I think,
look at that. The ending
honestly, I
of
think the silver
Look at
one's
that.
more egregious.
Look at that. The ending of this cutscene is not fucked.
Meanwhile,
Yep, off in a desert area.
this is actually one of the more infamous when it comes to the audio mixing.
Don't worry, Theo. That's what the mod is for. You're about to hear.
What are you talking about? That emerald's mine.
Oh my god, and Knuckles' color looks good. Oh.
You got that?
It would seem once again the Master Emerald is in the process of being stolen.
Okay, so basically, from what I can gather, apparently Rouge stole the Master Emerald from the island, but that happened off screen, and that's why we start Knuckles' story here.
I came here following the signal from the emerald. If I'm not mistaken, this is the Master Emerald, isn't it?
Oh my god, we can hear him over his ship.
I know, right?
Thank you, Peeps.
I'll just take it.
Oh yeah, this is the game that actually has Dr. Eggman
If I can help it.
called Dr. Eggman entirely, not just like in the last game, him still being called Robot because Sonic uses it as an insult.
And Rouge's scream is actually in the right spot in the scene instead of being when the.
It's still awkward as shit, though.
I love how
That's just let's say two cutscenes in general.
one thing I like
I mean, in
about
terms of tone of voice, not placement.
one thing I like about Rouge in this game is that she is obviously the femme fatale, but her composure completely goes out the window the minute somebody messes with her treasure, or what she sees as belonging to her.
Yeah, we'll see about that, Batgirl.
So the race is on to find the Emerald Shards, which leads us to our first treasure hunting stage. And yes, here's a
Oh,
good-
you modded it. Beautiful.
yes.
Well, again, we mentioned in
Howard.
part 0 about the better Emerald.
Okay. Let's get the elephant out of the room here. Part of the reason I'm able to enjoy treasure hunting stages better in this game is due to the modded radar. Now, even without it, I can occasionally have fun. However, how this was regularly played is, well, normally it would only show you the first, then second, then third. Now mind you, you can collect them out of order, but the radar ain't gonna help you until it's on to that one. This restores it to how it worked in Adventure 1. I'm not sure why they changed that, like if it was a programming hiccup or if they thought to make it more challenging, especially given how the grade rankings were more, but damn, I got lucky with these two being close together.
Yeah. Now imagine if you didn't have the radar hitting you.
There's also the fact that, if I remember correctly, you know, asking for identity on one of the boxes, the tracks are part of your score.
Oh, hey, Big.
For the ranking. Bye, Big.
Yes.
And there's also the fact that in some of these stages you need to get also the upgrades to continue, which also detracts, you know, your time.
Okay, yeah. Treasure hunting stages can either be the easiest or the hardest stages to A rank. If you can get the emerald shards or whatever you're collecting relatively quick enough, that'll help your score essentially. Now, and if you do it without doing hints, that'll help as well. Now, granted, you can get an A rank while using hints, but in that case, you have to be extra quick in getting them. See, ironically, getting A rankings can vary in how you do that based off of each stage. And yes,
There
that
you
gun
go.
robot was literally holding an emerald shard.
This is the first game to have Scott Dreyer voice Knuckles. I like his performance better in Heroes than in this game, I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I also okay. So can I talk real quick about that stuff right there that we just saw?
Sure, why not?
First off, did you notice, Shiroi, that Sonic said one more line of dialogue that you don't typically hear in that cutscene? Those robots are a pain in the...
Yeah?
Basically, that line was actually found in the game files by the fans, and the fans made a mod to restore it. As for that cutscene that we just saw with Eggman, Knuckles, and Rouge, yeah, you might have noticed how the music stops at one point. According to Speeps, he couldn't find a way to make the Eggman's dialogue at the end of that cutscene audible without just turning off the music entirely, because the audio quality in that particular recording is so bad.
Again, it's a thing in
At one point,
general.
Speeps just threw their hands up there. Fuck it, I'll just remove the music at that point in the cutscene.
Oh my god.
It's a thing in general, because I noticed also from the beginning, all of Dean Bristol's recording line seems noticeably lower in volume.
Yeah, it's like Christopher Miller's recordings in Curious Village, which sound worse than Ronnie Manella's for some and Maria Darling's for some reason. It's weird.
The weird thing is, when he does it during Rouge's version of the cutscene, he lets her music play all the way throughout.
It's because Rouge's music is way less noisy compared to Knuckles' theme.
Imagine. Alright, so where are we heading next?
Well, we'll be heading back to the desert actually in the next part, but we'll be shifting things around just a little bit as we flip back over to Team Dark Story. See you then for that.
Ah, we're playing it like this.
Yeah.
See ya.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.